Okay, good day to all science students. In this video lesson, we are going to continue the process of the scientific investigation. In this video, we are going to validate your hypothesis by drawing conclusion based on the experiment you've conducted. So, magsasample tayo dito ng... Okay, for a short review, mix and match. Based on the previous lesson, match the following experiments done on the stations. Or you will write your answer in your notebook. So, for set A and set B. So, itong mice, kanino natin ipapartner based dun sa 4 scenarios. Okay, mice is for peppermint. Dun sa isa sa pinag-try na experiment. And then, tomato plant is ito bubble gum stain into ice. Yun, isa sa kapartner. And then, for tomato plant, for sunlight. Okay, question 1. What is the fourth step of the scientific method? So, testing of hypothesis or conducting series of experiment and data or observation recording. So, for question 2, what will be the next step? So, that is analysis of data collected from the experiment and drawing of conclusion. Dito na tayo magbibigay ng conclusion. What can you observe in these 3 quotations? Life is the art of drawing sufficient conclusions from insufficient premises. The next one, science is about the process, it is not about the conclusion. And finally, in conclusion, let me say just this. So, what can you observe? Okay, all the sayings or quotations has the word conclusion. So, what is conclusion? Ayun, the word conclusion. So, what is conclusion? A conclusion is a statement based on experimental measurements and observations. It includes a summary of the results, whether or not the hypothesis was supported, the significance of the study, and the future research. So it is the answer to the problem. It either supported or rejected the hypothesis. Yun po ang conclusion. Nakabase siya sa result ng experiment. And the conclusion should support or reject the hypothesis. Diyan na natin may lalaman kung yung hypothesis natin, yung tentative idea natin or trial answer natin is right or wrong. And it directly answer the first part, which is the scientific problem. So, panoorin po natin ito.
Drawing conclusions. Shruti was amazed to see all the fish. She looked around the massive tanks. There were hundreds of fish, crabs, shrimp, and other amazing ocean creatures surrounding her. She was able to explore the world underwater without even getting wet. Where is Shruti? What conclusion can you draw? Was she swimming in the ocean? Was she visiting an aquarium? First, ask yourself, what are the main facts? There were massive tanks. She could see hundreds of fish, crabs, and other amazing ocean creatures around her. She could explore the world underwater without getting wet. What we know, aquariums have massive tanks in which we can see different underwater creatures. So, first we must take facts that the author shares plus what we already know equals drawing a conclusion. The conclusion we can draw is that Shruti is visiting an aquarium. When you read, you look for clues to help you decide what is happening in the story. Sometimes, the author doesn't tell you everything that is happening. You have to think about the facts given, plus what you know, to draw a conclusion. Drawing conclusions helps us deepen our understanding of what is happening in the story. Let's look at another example. Ram heard his mother blow the car horn. He ran down the stairs, slipping on his t-shirt as he ran. What conclusion can you draw from what you just heard? A. Ram likes to run. B. Ram was hungry. C. Ram was in a hurry. Or D. Mother was in the house. When we piece together the facts, 1. Mom is in the car waiting. 2. Ram is running and dressing at the same time. Then we know he is getting late and is in a hurry. But be careful now. Don't jump to conclusions. Jumping to conclusions is basically making a conclusion without knowing the full facts.
Thanks, Mikali. Drawing conclusions is basically using facts from the text with what you already know to make a final decision. It's kind of like solving a mystery. You put together all the facts with what you already know to make a final decision. The more you know about the world around you, the better you get at drawing conclusions. Let's try an example. Claude walked to the barn. He could hear the puppies as they cried for their mother. It would be a long night if she did not come back soon. Okay, the question is, Claude is A, male, or B, female? You can easily conclude that Claude is a male, as the text refers to him as he. Let's try one more. I knew there was trouble as soon as I walked in. The trash can has been turned over, and the papers were scattered everywhere. The cushions were on the floor. One of them had been ripped up. As I looked around, I saw Ringo in the corner. He had another cushion in his mouth and was playing with it. What can you safely conclude from this passage? A. There was a burglary in the house. B. The trash can had a hole in it. C. Ringo was responsible for the mess. Or D. Ringo was a chimpanzee. If you think it's A, B, or D, you're wrong. The correct answer is C. Ringo was responsible for the mess.
Okay, balikan po natin yung ginawa nating hypothesis dun sa previous lessons natin. Sa station 1, Manuel is a farmer. He noticed that there are mice. Ito po yung pinaka-scenario. So may tatlong choices siya. So may tatlo siyang choices na gagawin para mabawasan yung pests doon sa farm. Ayan, maglalagay ng phosphorus material sa soil, maglalagay ng scarecrow at tatanim ng peppermint in between the rice crops. So doon sa hypothesis na ginawa natin, mixing 20 gram bait phosphorus material into the soil will reduce the population of pests, leading to an increase in the rice harvest. So yun, yung isa naman about scarecrow at yung isa naman pagtatanim ng peppermint. So what will be the possible conclusion in this hypothesis or in this station or scenario? Lagyan natin yung mga hypothesis at ito yung possible conclusions assuming na ginawa natin yung actual experiment. After applying 20 gram of phosphorus based bait to the soil, the experiment showed a significant or no significant reduction in pest population. Meaning, ito yung pwedeng maging resulta. Pwedeng nabawasan o hindi nabawasan yung pest population. Ano po? So dalawa yung pwedeng mangyari doon sa ano natin. So kung no significant reduction, meaning rejected yung ating hypothesis na number 1. Kung mayroon namang significant difference o kaya nabawasan nga, accepted yung ating hypothesis number 1. So consequently, the rice harvest increased or decreased. Kung may significant effect, pwedeng nag-increase. Kung wala naman, o pwedeng nag-decrease o kaya unchanged by o kaya ano yung percentage ng yield na nadagdag based dun sa result. So ayan pwede natin maging conclusion. Sa number 2 naman, placing scarecrows on the farm effectively deterred pests from damaging the rice crops, resulting in a significant improvement in yield. So ganoon din kung effective ba or not yung scarecrow na ano, kaya mahalaga na kinandak natin yung actual experiment. So these are the possible conclusions. So yun yung paggagawa natin ng conclusion. So try making conclusion in this hypothesis assuming that you had conducted research on this topic and that the COVID-19 pandemic affected several countries around the world. One of the nation most severely impacted by the epidemic is the Philippines. So yung hypothesis natin dyan dun sa lesson natin about variables and hypothesis, the COVID-19 pandemic led to significant economic, social, and health challenges in the Philippines, affecting vulnerable populations and exacerbating existing inequalities in the country. So what is the possible conclusion? Ano kaya yung possible conclusion dyan? Based doon sa natutunan natin, how to draw or to make conclusion. O ito naman video yung sunod yan. Kayo naman ang gumawa ng conclusion dito. Ano po? Ayan, panoorin natin. Yan, i-comment down nyo po yung conclusion nyo dyan. Okay, now it's your time to continue the stations 1 to 4 o 2 to 4 kasi yung 1 nagawa na natin ng sample conclusion. So ito yung station 2, 3 and 4. Okay, good luck sa paggawa nyo dyan ng conclusion. Pero kagaya ng sinuggest ko, ang mas madaling gawin nyo dyan itong station 3 and station 4 hindi kayo mag-spend ng masyadong time. Unlike dito sa station 1 and 2, sa pag-actual experiment nyo, medyo mahaba-habang time ang kailangan. So kung limited yung time nyo sa mga students, I suggest na gawin nyo itong station 3 and 4.